Hey everybody, welcome to Lisa's Art Room. We are currently live on Facebook. If you see the little red button at the top left. If not, you're catching a replay either here or on YouTube. Tonight we're going to work some more on my classic Halloween junk journal. So y'all come in, say hi, let me know you're here. Let me get you guys pulled up so I can see chat. Thanks for letting me know the sound is good, Dawn. We're in a few minutes late. I hope he just got in from work and I was making sure he knew where his food was. And then poor guy's got to turn around and go right back out in like 3 hours. Well, 2 hours. Yeah. Let's see. All right, let's find this live. There it is. Hey Lori, hey Dawn. Who else? Anybody else? I think there's somebody else, but they haven't said hi. All right, so we're going to work on a junk mail pocket today. I've got this page. Sorry, I got a bunch of stuff in here. I got this page that has this junk mail envelope that I've put in here and sanded most of the black off of it, but it's kind of gray now. And we're going to work on covering that and doing something interesting with it. Hey Deborah. All right, so let's go ahead and get this camera pulled up top so I can get started. And give me just 1 second to move it. Let's see. So I wasn't real sure what I was going to do with this. It was kind of a difficult one because I've got it next to this kind of gothic looking vellum paper. But then, you know, most of this is very kind of spooky cute. So I got to figure it out. I think I'm going to use some transfers, but I'm debating on what to cover this with. So I'm just going to pull out I don't know. I've got orange on this page. Of course, I might cover that. I'm going to pull out this piece. I'll just pull out the whole signature. I don't know. I might separate it though because I can't work on it like that. And then the other one has an envelope too. The second journal, it's a tiny bit smaller, I think, if I remember correctly. Let me see. But I will do it in a similar fashion. I'm probably not going to get to it on camera. But, oh, they might even be almost the same. Actually, is it bigger? No, it might be. Okay, this one's actually shorter in this one, and this one's taller, which I may end up cutting it down. Sometimes I do that if I feel like they're too tall. But I stuck a few things in here that I thought might work because this one has the white here instead of the gothic. So it may be a little bit different. I threw that in there because there's some green over there. So I'll make it fun, whatever it is. And then I need some sort of a card to go in this pocket. So I was looking at different options. I have these packaging pieces from Tim Holtz, and a lot of these will fit as like a tag. I might have to trim them just a tiny bit, but they fit pretty good. This part probably won't be here. So I'm thinking I might use that for my base. This one's got a little fold in it, so I think I'll use this one. I don't know why that one's folded. But then I might use that one for the other one. Got enough plain ones if I don't use what I had in there. And then covering this part. Because this is it's more brown. I've got so many colors going on here. I've got this black and white basically. And then this is purple. What do I get on the other side of that? There's a part of me that's half tempted to change it. But I do like it, so I think I'm going to leave it. I just don't know how I'm going to get it to blend, so to speak. So the question is, do I just make this more brown to go with this tag? This is going to have like a transfer on it. So I don't know how much of this will actually show. Or I don't know. Let me see. So the transfer I was thinking of using, because I didn't want to go too cutesy, is some ghosts. Where's that piece I was thinking about using? So I had this piece pulled out. I thought about using this because it will just fit through the window there. What I could possibly do is put this on the other side, you know, so it can be reversed, and then do transfer on this side. There's a little orange, so I guess that kind of works. There's obviously some black, a little bit of brown. It might work okay. I'm just not sure. I had a couple of stickers in kind of some gray tones. And then some words, which I could use. This is just plain black cardstock I debated on using. I'll be putting something on the other side too. Maybe not today. I don't know. We'll see. I'm leaning toward doing the little booklets over there. But I think I'm going to cut this down first because I just want it to be a pocket. And I don't really need the flap. I've been trying to save the flap in case I decide to sew them in. But this one I'm not gonna. It's gonna be this direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off and fold everything over so it's stronger on the top. That'll be my first step. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. So I'll show you the transfers in a minute. So let's go ahead and cut this down. Looking for my ruler. So I want to be able to fold it over. So I think I'm going to fold this over probably to this point. Let me see where the window is. Yeah, that should be all right. So I'll probably go ahead and cut it about here, just in case I don't want to fold it that well. We'll go just below that. I'm just trying to line it up on a grid here so I can get it somewhat straight. So maybe I'll cut it about there. I want enough of it left that I can just fold it over. These envelopes are fairly strong. They're not super thin. I'll save that because sometimes I use those pieces. They're fairly strong, but I don't know. I never like the raw edge like that, so I always try to fold them if I can. So I'm just gonna snip this to that point there. A little bit of gluing. Cut this piece off so it's not in my way. And then hopefully I can fold this over without an issue. I'm going to try and do it like this first. I have to worry if I gotta watch getting in the window there. I don't want to get in the window there. think it'll be fine if I do it to this point. So I'm doing it just to the point where that white stops on that envelope. And I'm only folding it like this so that I can get the crease going. Try and get it somewhat square. I might miter these edges because they'll fold in easier. So just a little bit of mitering. And then I'll trim this one a little bit more because when I fold that right now, it'll probably show in the window, and I don't want it showing in the window. So I will trim it. Be enough. So if I pull this in this way, and actually I might miter that piece too. That way I don't have that fold on the crease. It just makes it a little bit easier to deal with. So I'm just going to cut out a little V here. And we'll just glue all this inside, like so. Just make sure I'm not hitting that window. Might still be too long, I can't tell. Let me see. Yep, it's clear. Okay. So. That also keeps this from hitting this this acetate here. If you don't put anything over the acetate, sometimes what happens is you're going to insert your card and it snags on it. Okay, so by putting this over that, I eliminate that issue. So I'm just going to glue each of these individually. Almost too long. Debating. It fits, but it's real close. I'm gonna trim it just a tiny bit more before I put glue all over it. And it's also less I have to deal with. Doesn't matter if it's straight. Nobody's gonna see it really. So I'm just gonna trim off some more. Just a bit more. Okay. That should be enough. Glue that down. There's one. Get this out of my way. This envelope's kind of thick. Some of the junk mail envelopes I get are pretty sturdy. What is this piece? Oh, it didn't stick to that. I don't really need that, so I'm just going to trim that off. I don't know if I can figure out how to. Oh, here we go. One on the other side. Yep, there's one on the other side. It's just where it's not quite glued. I could have just glued it, but it's just bulk. So why not just trim it? Come on. All right. Get that glued. Missed a little piece there. I don't think I can get glue up under there, so I'm not going to bother. Not that huge of a deal. Oops. I'll get glue all over the table. I think that's mitered enough on its own. Yeah. step 1, envelope prep. Now, I may cover the inside of this with something. Honestly, probably should have done it before I glued this down. I wasn't going to, but, or I could, I don't know. Let me see if I can pull this back up before it dries. So I was thinking, here's the deal. If I still got that same issue with it hitting on that side, so I would rather this be done last so that it kind of stops that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw something in there. Let's see, what can I put in there that is stiff enough to get in there and look okay? So browns or blacks? I do have some kind of gothic-y looking black paper. Doesn't necessarily match what I'm gonna put in. Let me look at the ghosts. So let me pull out these ghosts and see what they look like. So I found some ghosts on this set here. This is the Spooky Haunted House set. It's an older one. I remember doing it last year, but it was still in stock. I don't know if it is now. Let me see my card that I wrote all the ones that were in stock on. Of course, that's been a few days ago. Let's see what it says. No, it doesn't look like it is, unless they've gotten it in the last few days. But it had these ghosts in here with these pumpkins at the bottom, and they show through the window decent. So I thought I might use those on the tag. I think they'll look okay on that spiderweb background. So if I put one of these here, so what you would see is a little ghost peeking out, and then the pumpkins in the window. Either one works. They're just slightly different. And I can adjust where I want it on that card for height, because I'd like the little ghost to peek out. So I'll use one of those. I don't know that it matters which one. I might do the 3 on this one, because I think, well, I'll probably cut the other one down. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I can use either one. But if I put this behind it, at least gives me something in there. It's not very thick, but I think I can get it in there. It matches the envelope good. I don't know that it matches anything else good. That's a problem. I have so many colors. So let me cut out this piece to where it will fit in here. So it needs to be, I think I'll just use maybe this section. This is similar to the damask on here. So I think I'll use that section. And it just needs to fit just inside that window. So I'll just do about here. So we'll cut that out. Which is the biggest cut? This one. I always try to cut in the direction where I get the least amount of waste. That way I have this piece left in case I want to use it anywhere else on there. I don't know if I want to go that wide. Let me see how wide that is. It looks too wide. Yeah, it's too wide. If I want to center that, I need to take off a little bit on this side. I'm going to try to center that shape a little bit. It doesn't have to be absolutely centered. And then just inside there. piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue just on this edge, insert it in there, and then I'm going to glue the rest after I lay it down because it's just easier that way. I hope I'm on the right edge, although I don't know if it matters. Let me see. Yeah, I like that direction. Okay, so we're going to do this. Try and fit it in there. Over inside the fold. Alright, that's good. Just seal that spot there, and then I can just glue the rest of it while it's in there. It's easier than putting glue on the whole thing and trying to shove it in there before it dries, because that rarely works. And I've kind of found that out through practice, you know. This usually works out better. So just get this amount of glue on there. Glue that down. And now we can glue our little flap in. It's best if you can do it this way, just because, like I said, otherwise you have a piece that's potentially going to be a snagging issue. Okay, so there's that. Get this little corner. All right, so that looks decent in there. And then, like I said, I think I'm going to use this just because it's packaging, and I think it'll look decent on the back of the ghost. And then I don't have to, you know, color something. And just decide if I want to cut it down a little, because it's going to be snugger than this once it's sewed in. So I think I'm going to try to trim the edges just a tiny bit more so that it fits a little bit better. I don't want to lose too much of that brown, really any brown anywhere, to decide if I want to keep that little tag piece. I think I'll cut that off. I'm not sure about the actual tag part. It's not going to be strong enough to hold much. So I'm just going to cut it to there for now, and then I'll decide what I want to do about that. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit off the edge on each side. Try to get it on here straight. I don't think I cut that straight, so let's turn it around. Maybe about that much. It's just over a 1/16. And then I'll do it on this end. Hopefully that's enough. Let me stick it in there and see. Looks like that'll be enough. Let's just do it this way. How snug is that? That's not too bad. I think that'll be fine. I don't think I'll have any issues with getting it in and out of that pocket. All right, so for the back of this, because I want to go ahead and cover the back first, I think. I'm debating if I want to sand it any. I think it'll glue to that fine. I know the transfer will attach to this just fine because I've done it before. So for the back, I want to use that card. Where did that card? Is this it? So I want to use this, but I think too much is going to show, although I could sand it. I'm debating on how I want to put it on there. If I sand the edge first, what would it look like? It might be all right. And then glue it on there straight. before I add another layer of fabric or something, material. Get something to sand on. So I'm just going to use that little sanding disc, Tim Holtz one. Mine's not, it's not super fresh, so it hopefully won't completely destroy the card. But I'm just going to take off some of this stuff I don't really want to see. And then I can always ink it up. And that'll eliminate me having to add another layer. Less bulk is better. My journals tend to get bulky pretty fast. And if you don't have these, you can just use regular sandpaper. Or one of those sanding sponges or something. I just got to decide if I want to eliminate this little hole or use it. I may use it. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. Just a tiny bit right here. And then just wipe it off. Dump this in the trash because it's very powdery. If you're doing that a lot, you should probably wear a mask because it is very powdery. And I'm sure it's not the best stuff to breathe. Just make sure you wipe it down. And I usually just wipe this off a little bit. Alright, so that's good. And then we're going to just put this on and ink it a little bit, I think. So I'll ink this. What color should I use? I think Distress will stick to that okay now that I've sanded it. It feels pretty papery, not slippery. Should I just use Vintage? There's a lot of browns, but there's also a lot of blacks. So, what about frayed burlap? Let me see if I can find my frayed burlap. I saw it earlier. There it is. Let me try frayed burlap on there. It has a kind of a grayish brown look to it. I'm just going to give this a little bit of color. So it's not white. And it's keeping all that sanded texture look to it, so it's a little grungy looking. I might try to wipe that off a little bit because I'm not sure how well it's sticking. I just want to make sure it's drying okay. Ink will not dry on slippery surfaces. The Distress ink. You have to use archival usually, so if I've sanded enough, we're fine, which I have because it didn't come off when I wiped it. So you got this kind of a look. So it's very distressed and kind of grungy looking. And then I might ink the edge of this too so it blends in well. Let's see. I forgot to put my lid on. I'm sitting here watching it and I'm thinking it's going to dry out in a second. I'm going to use it in just a second, but I never get back to it as soon as I think I will. Alright, so ink this edge up. be good. All right. I'll try to get it glued down good enough that none of my edges catch. That's well enough. Good enough. Horrible grammar. Well enough that none of my edges catch. That's the goal anyway. So we'll see. Try to get it all the way to the edge if I can. A trick is getting this glue on here before it starts drying on you. Get it just below that hole punch. Now, hopefully I'm showing in the window okay. I meant to check that. I feel like I had enough room, but before I push that too far, well, we don't have a lot of room to move up, so yeah, it's going to have to be that low because I'm too close to that hole. It's fine. It shows enough. Doesn't show completely, but it shows enough. The ghost will be on one side, but since this is on the other side, it's technically reversible, so that'll be all right. All right. All right, make sure my edges are good. We're not gonna have any issues. I think that feels okay. All right, so there's that. It's not the straightest job, but so let's see. And I want to figure out exactly where I need this guy. So I'm thinking the pumpkin's about an inch from the bottom, and then pretty much centered with the big guy in the middle here. So let's see, about an inch from the bottom. Let's see how that hits. Nope, I want it higher than that. So we want it to be there. So a little bit higher than that. So maybe 2 inches. Now we'll lose the edges of these pumpkins a little bit, but that's okay. And then I'll probably put something here. I don't know what. Right now, I just want the ghost to peek over, just because I think it's cute. So, all right, that's better. So we're going to put that there. So it's about 2 inches or so. Let's see if I can see where it's hitting. The bottom pumpkin's hitting at a line that I can see, so I'm not going to mark it because it'll show through probably. So I think I know where. So there's like this line on the spider web here. Zoom you guys a little bit. Try to stay in camera. All right, so debating if I want to trim the pumpkins. They might actually all get on there. It's possible. So let's see if I can do this. So we want the bottom pumpkin right here. All right. Yeah, those look cute on there. Something to rub it in with. I've been using transfers a lot this one because I had so many transfers and I wanted to use them. I made a couple of signs. I didn't make very many signs this year. I did do one with that like the barn haunted house looking one. Rounded plaque, I guess. I don't know. It was one of those really thin boards, the wall hanging boards, that fit it perfectly. So I did one on that. I'll try to take a picture of it and post it on my page in case y'all are trying to think of ideas. I don't have a lot of wood right now because I quit buying it because it was so expensive. So just trying to make sure this is down well. Go. Give it a little rub. That just seats it in there nicely. And it's cute. You can still see the spiderweb through them a little bit, but they're ghosts, you know, so they're see-through. So that looks good. I like it. Alright, so there's that. I might keep this piece. I like to keep these backing papers because they come in handy for protecting areas and things like that. So, all right, so there's that. So this goes this way. This goes this way. You get a little ghost peeking out. And then I want something for there. Let's see. And the other side of that was orange, so the pumpkins will work. So it's going to go in like this. Like that. So the orange will pick up this side. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. We'll figure it out as I go. But I think that'll be good. So do I want to keep that top or not? I think I do. I thought about not keeping it, but it's so close on this side. I think I'll keep it. And he doesn't show through on this side because there's no window, but if you wanted it to show through, you could just flip it and then have the words show through on this side, like so. So it could go either way. And then I'll probably find some material, maybe some mummy cloth or something. We'll save this one probably for the other journal. Do I have a word that would work? We have let's be spooky together. Some people are just magic. Wishing you a haunted night. These are stickers. I probably have some rub-ons too. Let's see. I'm trying to find my other sticker rub-on thingies. See if I have any other words that will work. Let's see. Trick or treat. Happy Halloween. It's raised. Trick or treat, boo. Be cute to put like a little boo like off to the side where they're talking. Just one, I think. And then a word at the top. So I don't know if that's too deep if I do that. Happy Halloween might still fit. I'd rather it be flush, I think. Do we have any more words? I have some Tim Holtz words. Let's see what's in here. Funhouse, look a bit frightened. Most of these are so small. Okay, nice work. Silence. It depends if I see something that just really kind of fits. Watching and waiting. Not really. I think that's all the words I have. There's a couple on the cutesy one, but I have a feeling they're too cutesy. Let me look at it. Yeah, those are two. And most of them aren't the right shape anyway. Let's see, I have one more sticker book, and then I have this Recollections. I don't think there's words in here, but there might be. I think this is just all pictures. Spider webs. Yeah, there's no words in there. This is a different booklet. Vanishing Visitors. That's a possibility. It's small, but like I said, I want to put the boo there too. What could I write with Vanishing Visitors? Anything? Vanishing Visitors. Takes forever to read them. I'm also thinking, you know, size and color and all that stuff. I don't think there's anything else in here. No. The only one that really kind of fits, I think, is Vanishing Visitors. I just feel like it needs more because it's kind of small. Where's my tweezers? Let's see how small it is. It's pretty small. I don't know. I might use it anyway. I'm just debating if I should back it with something, or I could put it here. I might put it there. Just because. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of this black area on here. Oh, that's really crooked, girl. Probably needs glue anyway. These stick decent, but probably should use some glue. You didn't put your lid on. See if we can get it to go. Come on. Nope. Okay. Alright, we'll do the Vanishing Visitors there, and then, I don't know, I might just put some, oh my gosh, I can't hit the hole. Come on. There. I don't know. What was I thinking? Something. I'm going to cover it with something. Not completely. I'm just going to cover it a little. I could even use stencils of baths or something. I don't know. See if I can get this on here straight. At least somewhat straight. Okay. It's better than it was. All right, we'll do that. I definitely think I want a boo, just because. So we'll do a boo. Which one of these boos? Do I have one that's open already? No, I don't see one. I wonder if there's anything in there. There's the Let's Be Spooky Together that might work. Where does it open? There's no, like, is there no peel back? No, there's no peel back. Oh, great. Hold on. Packaging I haven't even opened. I feel like I have one of these open somewhere. I just don't know where it is, so I'm not going to try to find it. And who knows where that paper or stapler just went. So it did not go in my hand like I wanted it to. Oh, there it is. It's in my lap. Good place for it. Okay. These are Dollar Tree. And scissors. Wow. These are very squeezed in here. There's little ghosts too. I could put a couple of ghosts maybe. So I just want a boo on. Can I grab it with the tweezers? Okay. So I think I just want it to like be like it's saying boo. There. So put that there. These are rub-ons, right? Yeah. Just move that so I can get a better surface. Let's see. All right, there's boo. And then, okay, maybe I'll do the Happy Halloween. I don't know. Or I'll do one of these. I'm not crazy about the sayings for this. The only one that works is Let's Be Spooky Together. It's just so small. I could maybe do Trick or Treat. And then there's some stars or something, or ghosts. They're very, very close. Let's see, will that work? Yeah, I think that'll be all right. There's something on there. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to take it off first, or it'll be in there permanently. Okay, so we'll put this here, like so. That works. Do be careful when you're rubbing these on and the edges are very close. It's not unusual to snag the edge and then pull it up before it's ready. Because I do it. I get in a hurry and then I accidentally pull it up and it tears or something. K is not on there. Come on, K. Okay. Alright, that's cute. Yeah, I think I like that. And then just maybe embellish a little. Let's see, what do we got? There's some ghosts on here. Possibly put here. You're only going to see this much of it. And then I got to find some gauze. It's going to poke up until I can sew it in. It's going to keep popping up. So there's some rats, some ghosts, some stars, a spider web. I'm not sure. And then this has like basic shapes. They're usually used on like tombstones and stuff. Got that little spirally shape, might look good there. I'm just trying to decorate it a little bit. Let's pull this out. I could put that there. That works, right? That there. See what these ghosts look like. They're kind of creepy looking. Stars might be a better choice. We'll see. I put one there. Gosh, I can't believe how tight these are on here. It's really hard to cut between them. And this one here. That there. It leaves me a couple of ghosts for the other one if I need them. I think there were some spirals on here I saw. There's one there. Do I have two of those? Yeah, I do have two of those. I could do that. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'll do the spiral. Spiral here. And then the other page. There. Yeah, that'll work, I think. I don't know if I need anything here. I could just throw some stars. So that's why I'm hesitating. And honestly, putting little stars is a little bit tedious. Maybe there's some bats. See how many bats I have. I know I have more bats, I think, somewhere. I might could do some bats. There's only one or two in here. I do like those bats, but I know I have some bats in the others too. Let's see what I have in that. This transfer set, one of the transfer sets has bats. let's see, which one was it? Was the one with the house? Yeah, it's the one with the house, the barn. There's a lot of bats in here. So I'm just grab a section of these bats. We'll just throw a few bats up there, kind of fill in that area. Let's see. Got one going that way. I'm debating on direction. They're all going that way, except for the straight ones. So I think I'll use the straight ones then. Let's see if I can get in here and cut them out. I might be off camera. I apologize. Too hard to cut and keep it up there. I'm trying not to cut my cord. Now I'm knocking my trash over. Sorry. I know I'm off camera. I'm just cutting. That's alright. We'll just put a couple of bats up there. One here, one here. That should be plenty of stuff on there. If not overkill. Alright, so let's see. We gotta pull this off of here. Pull this out. Alright. I'll do this first. So about here, try to make them slightly different spaces. Oh, it's storming. Didn't even know it was gonna storm. Go there. It's hitting the card on the other side. Hopefully my power stays on, guys. I didn't know we had a lightning storm. Oh, that one popped off. What's up, kiddo?
Are you streaming?
Yeah. Did you come in to tell me about the storm?
Yeah, you didn't put the thing on the door.
My youngin'. She's not a youngin'. She's 23. Alright. It's cute. I like it. Alright, so there's that part. Get these little ghosts on here. I think I can do it. It's a little bit bumpy, but I think I can do it. Luckily they're small, so that should be relatively easy. Oh, get a little tail. Get your little tail on there. There you go. Ghost. Ghost. Technically, you could put it on the acetate if you wanted. It would stick. I'm not going to put anything on the acetate. Alright. Let's see. Alright, this one. That way? Yeah. Looks better that way. I have a lot of rub-ons, don't I? I'm glad I'm finally using some of them, because so many times you get supplies and, I don't know, you think you'll use them and then you just don't. So it's good I'm using some of these. Nope. Come on. That side started coming off already. So it's resisting. You can tell if it's not adhered. It really resists when you try to rub your finger under it. It just fights you. It does not like that piece. There it goes. It's a little bumpy, so I'm having a hard time getting a good connect. Come on. Quit fighting me. You just don't want to. Nope. Stick. I hate when they don't stick. That's so annoying. It's so close to wanting to stick, but nope, it's just not. I don't know if it's gonna. It's really not sticking. Well, we may not end up with an inside spiral there if I can't get it to let go. Are you gonna let go? Let go. Finally. There. Whew. Okay. So these have a spiral with a thing at the top. Maybe I should do them opposite. Sure, I'll do them opposites. I think the spirals look good on here. They're simple, but it works. Don't stick to my finger. Relatively simple, but I think it works. I kind of like having the junk mail envelope show because, you know, then it's very obvious that you are repurposing and using some junk in your junk journal. Which I try to use some. I know I don't use all. I've only used all once. I did the one journal that is completely junk. Which worked out well, so it is possible to do. It's best if you prepare for it, though. If you prepare for it, you know, over some time and save stuff, then you can do a junk journal easier. You know, save a bunch of packaging and things like that. Okay. Where's the edge? Can't find it. And this side is just not sticking. I try to make sure I get all the dust off of these after sanding them because that will definitely keep your rub-ons from sticking. But I thought I did good, but all right, come on. We're going to use this. It's fighting me too much. We'll be more forceful. There. All right. Cute. That works. All right, so get some of this stuff out of my way. I think this goes in here. All right, so that's gonna go like that. That's cute. And then we need something for the other side. All right, so that'll be good. Y'all like it? I think it's cute. And then, like I said, could be reversed. I think it'll work either way. And then I just need some cloth or something for the top. I'll grab some. I've got some mummy cloth floating around here somewhere. I think it's in this little box. Oh. Right, mummy cloth. Let's see. What color? Brown. Too dark. Black. Brown. I don't know. I like them both, but I kind of like the brown. I'll go with the brown. Alright, so we're just going to cut a little piece of this. It's going to fray. Debating how long I want it. Let's see, I want it to go through and then just stick out just a little bit, and I'll probably tie one knot. About this long should be about right. I really don't need that wide. It'll end up fraying a bunch, but that's okay. I'm gonna go about this wide, and then I'll just fray it a little bit so it matches the other side some. Through. Debating if I want a knot or if I just want to glue it on there. I think I can do a knot. It's not super thick. I think it should work. Just give it a little something, something up there. Yeah, that'll be alright. How thick is that knot? It's not terrible. If I feel like it's too thick, I may come back and just sew it on there or something. Sometimes when you tie a knot, it just ends up being so thick. Alright, so that's going to go like that. Put it down here a little bit more. Mummy cloth everywhere. I buy my mummy cloth from Michael's. They have big rolls of it, and if you use a coupon, you can get it cheap. It's the most cost-efficient way to buy it, and it's different than the stuff like cheesecloth. It's a little different than cheesecloth. It's more dense, I guess. I'll show you if I can find it. See if it's where I think it's supposed to be. Yeah. So it comes in a big roll like that, and the big roll is normally I think $9.99, and then I just dye it whatever color I want, and then 40% off $9.99, so $7 ish. But it'll last you forever. It's a really big roll. Okay, so there's that. Something here. What can I put there? Let's see. Anything from these? these little kids. I think he's too big. Ghosts. Look at my other set. I have so many. Might as well use them. What else do we got? What is in here? Fall black cats. Yeah, it doesn't really match. What about this one? Moonlight Mischief. Maybe. Or if we want to continue ghost stuff. I've used these quite a bit, so what do we got here? Just a little brown ghost. It's kind of vintagey looking. Some candles. I think that kitty cat's too tall. Maybe. Let's see what's in this one. A lot of these are big. Oh, that cat's so cute. Here comes the storm again. I might use one of these kitty cats. There's a kitty cat there, so. Alright, what about this little kitty cat? Is he big enough? What about her holding the kitty cat? I'm trying to see if it's too big. It's a little too big. That's too big. Potion kitty cat is a good size. The pumpkin kitty cat's a good size. The moon kitty cat works. What do you think? Anybody here watching that wants to input? We got fall kitty cat. We have cupcake kitty cat, potion kitty cat, moon kitty cat, witch hat kitty cat. Well, cauldron kitty cat will fit too. Any of those will fit. Any thoughts? I'm going to give you guys a second and see if anybody wants to input. If not, I will choose. Just cutting these out. Then I can put them in a envelope. Anybody gonna say anything? This little kitty cat is got moons, bats, mice. So, with that in mind, what does this one look like? Could do that one. This one. I could always just add a bat there because then it's kind of empty there. Any thoughts? The rest of those are all too big. I don't think there's anything here. Well, this one guy would fit. The rest of these are also big. This one might fit. Cauldron? Somebody said cauldron. Who said cauldron? Bonnie? Alright. You're probably right. I just need to put something over it. But it is cute. It fills in the page good. So what could I put over it? One of the little Betty Bats. Betty Bat. These, they're not too big, I don't think. Or I set a bird on the side of the cauldron. Is that too morbid? Only if you take it that way. It's kind of funny. I can put this little birdie on the side. He's got this look on his eyes like, are you going to cook me? You know that's what that cat's thinking. What do you think? Should I put the little birdie there? Why not? Gotta have a little bit of humor. Alright, I'll put those in an envelope. So, this goes right at the bottom. That gives plenty of room. Let's pull this out. It's not too bumpy. Mummy cloth everywhere. Alright, let's see if we can line her up. I'm trying to get it to where it's somewhat straight so I can figure it out. Alright, we'll put the birdie on there. Just because. Oops. This is gonna fall. Wiggling my table and all my stuff's like slowly falling. This glue's gonna fall. Everything's trying to fall. What time is it? Oh, we're doing okay. I keep wanting to do a unboxing of my birthday gift I got myself from Simon Says Stamps, but it's Christmas stuff, so I wanted to get it to use in my upcoming Christmas journal, and possibly making some Christmas cards. I'm going to try to make myself make some Christmas cards. We'll see. So if I do and you want a special Christmas card, you'll have to let me know with a private message or something. Alright, before I rip it off of there, let me see if it's loose enough. There's that. And we'll put the little birdie. Don't cook me. Trying to get them sitting there straight. But anyway, I've ordered one of the collaboration kits that Tim Holtz did with Heidi, is it Somberg? I can't remember her last name. Heidi and Simon Says Stamps. They did a cute little kit that was like $250 worth of stuff for $99. And it's all stuff that I'll use. So I decided to buy myself a birthday gift and do that. But I haven't opened, well, I kind of peeked, but I haven't really opened it. I was waiting to see if you wanted me to do an unboxing of it. If you can't get it anymore because it was one of his kits for his little classes, and when he does those, they do those. They disappear fast, like within hours. There. That's so cute. Slightly morbid. Not really. He's not going to eat the birdie. All right. So that goes there. Do it from this side because I can't see. All right. Cute. I think it's cute. So there. That works. We did a page. Should I start on the other one? I can either start on the other one, which is going to be a little different, or I could start on the back and just do the other one all off camera. I'll probably just do the back. I have an idea what I'm going to do with the back. It's a whole different page, so theme. Got ink there or something. Probably cover it up so it won't matter. Get this out of the way. So much ink on my fingers. All right, so this, what I was going to do is just cover this and make an insert to put a book. I just want to see how big the book is that I printed. If it's the right size. That's debatable. Figure out where I stuck it. Not there. Let me use some of that. Okay. Now it transfers everywhere. Alright, you go over there. Where is it? There it is. I found it. Okay, so I have these little books. I've used them before. They're not books yet, but they will be books. Kind of, sort of. So I have Dracula. And it's just got like the first few pages in the book that I got off the public domain. Library of Congress, most likely. A couple pieces of paper stuck in there. And then I just make it into a little booklet, and it can go in a pocket. But then I gotta decorate the outside with something. And then I have a Poe one. So this one's Poe. And I usually just put the picture in the back, I think. Or I could put the picture on the front. I might have to cut it down a little. Either put it in the book or vice versa. So I think this goes on the front. This maybe here. It's just the raven and a dream. So just a couple of poems. And then a picture of him. I think that's all I have for the Poe one. Other than that, a lot of lined papers here. Some bats. Thought those might work with the Dracula one. If I do that one. And I thought this might work with the Poe one. Maybe. Or even this. And then, so these are my choices to put with them. And I also had that tag. And these are like my paintings. But I don't know how well they match. One's a magpie, one's a crow. Thought about just adding a couple pages to the book or something. And this is just coffee dyed stuff. So what do you think? should I do Poe or Dracula? And I'm gonna look in the other one and see what the color scheme is on the other one. The other one color scheme is greens and whites. It's a lot smaller. So this one might have to be the Dracula one, or I have to reprint it. Because this is going to be a very small pocket. Yep, the Dracula one will fit in there. So this one would have to be Poe. Just because of size for my envelope. So, second journal is going to get the Dracula then. Alright, well, Bonnie says Poe anyway. I do like Poe. It's, you know, it's very Halloweenish. Okay. So I'm going to put these on something. Some sort of paper. And then I'll decorate this. Maybe I'll do both. Just tear this out and put it on the edge. And put that there. Or I could do that on one side and this on the other side. I just don't know what I'll put there. I'll figure out something. So maybe I'll do this on this side. Because I think I like the way it looks on there. I'm just going to try to tear it. Try to leave some of the words if I can. How far down? Almost. A little bit more. That'll work there. And then I'll do that. That there. Just tear this side. And it's maybe something showing through there. Kind of like that. Might do that. All right. So we'll do that there. All right. So first I got to trim him down just a little bit. I'll try to use my ruler. Where did that, I gotta see where the hole went. So I do it like this. So this is, I'm gonna tear this edge, I think. So I'm gonna move it over a little bit. And then this like this. That puts his face there. And then this like this. A little bit higher. About there. That'll look cool. Alright, so let me just mark where I need to tear. So I'm going to tear here, to like here, and then him just above his head, and just a little on the bottom. maybe I can do this, maybe I can't. We'll see. That'll work. And this. And we'll glue this here. I'm going to ink it. I might ink that background just a little bit too. Let me get rid of the rest of this stuff for a minute. Hey, I forgot what I'm going to put the book together with. I think most of this will be covered up, so I'm trying to see how much of that's going to show. Yeah, that'll work. So ink. Where's that frayed burlap? We'll use that. It's getting late already. I'll try to get this put together. It's tiny. I'm just going to leave it straight. It'll probably get hidden in the signature anyway. I don't know if any of that's going to show there, but we'll throw a little bit on there. And then maybe just a little on this edge. Just to kind of make the color blend in better. I don't know if any of it will show, but just in case. I'll do a little bit here. Okay, that should be sufficient. Okay, so he goes first, so I gotta figure out exactly where. That's about right. Okay. Debating on glue. I think I'm going to do glue stick some. I'm just going to put glue stick on some of it and then catch the edges if I can. Some better glue. Try to keep it from curling up on me. Okay. I don't want to try to use glue stick on this little piece. It'll probably just roll up into a ball. All right. this one. We'll put a little bit of glue stick on this one. Mostly just catch in the middle. Interesting. Okay. So our little booklet will go inside. You won't see much of it. It's mostly going to tuck in there. It might stick out just a little bit. And then our little raven on this side. I was thinking about just having like something for journaling there. Let's ink this. Keep it in ticket form. Ink. I don't know what I'm gonna put there yet. I'll figure it out. I'll find something. There, and then let's see. Those are all magpies. Ink it just to make it blend in better. Let's go with a brush. I can find one. Okay. I don't want to leave it just white, but I think I liked it better than the cream color. We're just gonna have a little combination of the two. Let's see. That'll work. put our books together. Get glue off my finger. Alright, pen. I think I hear my husband leaving. Alright, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. But I want them a little sturdier than that, so I think I'm just going to put it on. I wonder if I have a file folder I could put it in. Let's see. I had some file folders that were grungy. I can find them. Where did you set them? Give me a second. It's here. I saw it right before I went live, so I know it's here. They look small. I think they're too small. Too small? Yep. Definitely too small. This one any bigger? Nope. But I probably have a piece of file folder somewhere. You cut it out. There it is. I found it. Okay. Alright, we'll just make them up. So, I really need the tab. Just do it from down here. So, fold it about there. Maybe. Debating where I want to cut the piece from. I think the color's good through here. Alright, let's see. If I score it here, that should be about right. I'm thinking I'm just going to secure them. I don't know if I want to put it sewed or in a book, because then I have to glue them onto pages. I don't know. Let me think about that. So let me cut this to the right height first. I don't want to lose all this because I'll save it for something. I'm going to score it before I cut it. There. Okay. I don't think it needs a tab. Straighten that up if I can. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to put it on paper. So they're not really in book form or anything, because I could just leave them in there as a collection of cards. But I think I'm going to back them. I'll back them. Should I do it as a book and back them that way? This could be the front and the back. That could be the back. And these would be the two inside pages. How much time do I have? 10 minutes. Ooh, that's kind of close. put it on, what type of paper? How about just regular, maybe just regular coffee dyed? No, that won't be stiff enough. Cardstock? I don't want it too stiff. I just want it medium. But I wanted it grungy looking. I don't know. I think I'll use coffee dyed. Alright, let me grab a coffee dyed sheet. I had some thicker coffee dyed sheets. Is that it? I can't tell. I know I'm off camera. Just bear with me 1 minute. I'm trying to grab a thicker coffee dyed sheet. I think this one's somewhat thick. It's not too bad. Let's just do this. Can I do them both out of this? Will I have room? Let's see. If I do it just barely, can I get two? I can if I cut it down just a tiny bit more. I need two, so I think I can do it. Cut this in half. How long is this? 8 1/4. Okay, that's about half then. You know what, I'm just going to trim the pages down a little more. That's the only way I know to do it. So these will go on here. So that needs to be approximately, and I'm going to cut it down just a tiny bit. I don't have a lot of room to cut, so I'll cut them to there. Here, let's just, they're definitely not even. Oh, I thought I had the halfway point, but I did not. Let me just make them half even. That means it's even shorter than I thought. Darn it. I should have folded it in half. That would have been the smarter way to do it. It's fine. Remark this because I'm about to lose it. Normally I would have this all planned out, but I didn't. So that'll be my booklet. And then one of these on here. How much do I need to take off? I can take off the bottom, the bottom, the bottom. Where'd the other one go? Where'd it go? I know I had 4. Oh, I said this. And maybe the bottom. Right, we're going to trim these. Make sure I have room. Yeah, I think I do. I did these at the decal, so I'll just keep them on the decal. Alright, should be about right. As long as I don't lose anything important. That's it. This one's the closest, but it's not a big deal. I think I have plenty of room there. Yeah. I'm sure this fits. Yeah. Okay. Did it. All right. Now we just got to glue these in. All right, so our cover, we're going to do this one. I really should ink them just because they'll look much better. I know I'm going to run over, guys. I'm running over a lot lately. Darn. hate running over. It's alright. As long as I don't go to, I think, 11:30 is when my alarms start going off. I'm not deckling this part. Oh, it's too much deckling. Too much half the time. Let's see, how much of that did I get? Hardly any. Of course it was hardly any. Thought I'd be able to hit most of it. But did not. Oops. It's going to be covered up. It's not a big deal. I don't have to be super neat. I just want some color in there. So it's not just plain. Up there. Okay. It'll be cute, I think. I like little booklets in my journals. I just think they add a fun, interactive element. I should do the edges. I don't know how much of that will show, but we'll hit them. So, all right. Good, good, good. Good. All right, then we got these. A little tiny collection of Poe poems. Hurry. I don't know if I must, I guess I'll sew it. I don't know. I should sew it. All right, there. And our folder. And ideally, I should decorate the outside of this folder with something. I might have to add that later because I don't have anything prepared. So for now, I think it's going to be plain. It's a lot of inking, guys. It just really needs ink, so. Or I wouldn't bother. All right. Okay, page 1. So, page 1 is the cover, which really should be done with a glue stick because otherwise it'll be too bumpy. Also, I'm going to try to do it with the glue stick for the most part. I like to do the edges with regular glue because, you know, then it's more secure. Glue sticks sometimes over years will come loose. Oh my gosh, really? It knows I'm in a hurry. Work. There we go. You know, and who knows, you might have this for a long time. So, all right, so this page, this is my whatever. Barely fits on there. Just barely. Could have made it a little bit smaller. Alright, that's fine. So there's that one. And then the inside will be one of the poems. So let me think about how this goes. So this goes this way. This goes this way. So we'll do one poem here. So poem here. This is the raven. Wrinkling so bad. Okay, let's see if we can fit this on here. Is it gonna fit this time? I think I just didn't get that top one. Yeah, that's better. All right, so we've got that like that, that like that. Next poem there. And it's 11 o'clock. Just make sure I'm right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then this last one, I'll just do this, I think, on this side. I thought about putting it on the back. Inside or back? I think I'm going to put it on the back. It's a little, is it too big? No, it'll fit. I'm going to put it on the back. I wasn't sure. I might think about putting something else on that page. Or just leave it for writing then. Because you can write on these two. A little bit of journaling in them. Add your own poem or something. I don't know. Whatever. We'll do this one on the back. Make sure I'm in the right direction. Okay, don't touch yet. I wasn't ready. It's like, wait for me to get you lined up. Oh my gosh, I can't line it up. It's too curly. Just cooperate. Okay, our little booklet. 1, 2, 3. And that one I'm just going to leave blank for now. I'll see if I see something to put in there, or I'll just leave it blank. This goes in here. And then I may or may not decorate the front of this. I will, however, around the edges. Alright. And then don't drop it. Alright, so we gotta get that in there, and we will be done. So, the easiest way is just a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I do not have a, I don't have anything else to do it with, so. Like a stapler. I don't have staplers that are long enough. So we're just going to do a very basic 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I'm going to leave this in so it doesn't move. 1, 2, 3 approximately. Find a needle. Nope, not that one. Where is it? That'll work. Okay. All right. I'm just holding this with this because I didn't want to have to clip it and everything. All right, so in through the middle, leave a tail, back in through one of the other holes, and then back through the middle. Okay, and tie a knot. I just put one on each side. These are really long, way too much string. One on each side of your middle string, your bridge, so to speak. Tie a knot with your overabundance of string. All right. All right, there we go. Not too much over, considering. All right, there we go. I'm gonna do something with this later. I just don't know what I'm gonna put there. Maybe just a crow or something. I'll have to look. Let's see what I can find. I don't see anything that's yelling at me that will work. Probably one of these little labels, maybe. They're very poish. Just not sure which one. But we'll decorate it later. But for right now, we got a little booklet. Cute. And that goes into this pocket. And it's just gonna, you know, peek out. And that is it. All right, let me get stuff out of my way. And get our journal back over here. The other one I do will be the Dracula one. I'll do it off camera probably. And that will be for the second journal we're doing. Okay, so here. Get the, where's my pen? Oh, there it is. Let me see it. Get that in there. And a second. This goes here. All right. So that is our project. I'll just move this so it'll lay better. So we have our little pumpkins. Let me zoom back out because I'm too close. Our pumpkins and our ghosts. Tag. Find a place to grab it. 2 sides. And then the other side is our kitty cat. And then on the other side of it, we have Poe and some crows or ravens and our little booklet of a few poems. Okay, like I said, I'll probably decorate this more, but I don't know what with. So that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Took a little longer than I wanted, but I think it's cute. All right, I will see you guys on, what is today? It's Wednesday, right? Gosh, I think it's Wednesday. If it's Wednesday, I'll see you on Friday. I don't even know what day of the week it is. It's 90% of the time because hubby works all hours of all days. So, who knows? Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys next time. See you guys on Friday. And if I do the unboxing, I'll post a little note on my Facebook page and let you know I'm going to do it. Alright? I'll talk to you later. You have a good night too, Bonnie. Thanks. Alright, bye-bye guys.